I told this guy right here, he fouled things up because I told my friends, just look for a cowboy hat and bow legs. This guy doesn't have bow legs. It's not him. But you'll see him coming in a minute. I think they're getting situated. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for coming tonight. I mean, it's a hot night. Good for you. Good for you. And we do not want to disappoint you. This is the debut of the first Funnies. And somebody asked, where'd you get these people from? Sometimes I wonder. The fact of the matter is, they're all Toastmasters. And I don't know if you know what Toastmasters is, but it's a speech club. And one day we were talking about comedy, and they said, why don't you teach us to do stand-up comedy? So I said, okay, I'll do 4 weeks, and that's it. 16 weeks later, they said, well, now we have to put on a show because they've worked so hard, right? That makes sense. And I want to make a special thank you to the Art Council for letting us use this place. Honey, I got a seat for you right here. And everybody knows it, so you better get over here in it. In fact, here comes the Art Council head honcho right now, Casey Gerardo. Give him a hand. Somebody asked me how much it costs for us to use this place, and they have kindly let us use it pro bono because this is the arts. This is the arts, and writing and performing comedy is definitely an art, and it's very difficult. Another thank you I have is for Carson. Carson, wave to them. He's the guy that shows up to do the sound. And again, he's just a volunteer from the Arts Council. Isn't that awesome? And he's done 2 shows for me. I also want to bring to your attention that we just had one rule, and that was they had to be clean. So if anybody is worried about that, it will be clean comedy, family friendly. Yes, it is. And I'll tell you what, it takes a lot to take a jump from making a speech to doing stand-up comic. They are completely 2 different animals, and it's hard work. You ask any of them and they'll tell you. And especially when they have me for a teacher. I remember the very first stand-up comic I did was in the basement of the Riviera Hotel in Las Vegas. Yes, it was a conference for the Association of Applied and Therapeutic Humor, and they asked for someone to volunteer to do 8 minutes of stand-up, and I had never done stand-up in my life. So of course I volunteered. There's 2 more seats right up here. Come on, come on. Anyway, I was terrible. And the stage was so high and so far away from the audience, I have no idea whether they laughed or not. But I threw that entire act away. I never did one of those jokes again. Then I took classes in Hollywood from Judy Carter, who's the queen of stand-up comedy. And we performed at the Hollywood Improv. I wrote a whole routine about retirement, and then I discovered nobody wanted to hear about retirement. It was horrible, and I threw that whole act away. So anyway, it's been a long journey, and these folks probably feel like it's a long journey too. But and they're dying to get up here, but they'll just have to wait. They'll just have to wait their turn. Okay. All right. So there were some things that I needed to take care of before we could put this on. And one of them was I needed to go get some stuff at Costco. Now, I don't know about the rest of you, but I get very nervous about Costco. I'm almost to get it down. Though I go in to get gas, and the whole place is empty. I pull all the way through the thing. I thought they're going to run out and give me a prize or something. I've never seen that before. But what really blows my mind is when you stick it asks you to put the member card, right? So I stick the member card in the little slot and pull it out, and it says, pull it out quickly. I already pulled it out. Am I supposed to stick it back in and pull it back out again? Did I pull it out too quick? Or should I pull it out slower? That blows my mind. So I go in, and all I wanted was toilet paper, paper towel, and 2 pork chops. Okay? So, and I've learned my lesson about Costco. I don't know if you've heard about that or not, but I had a night one time when I had about 15 minutes before I had to get to a meeting, and I thought, all I need is toilet paper and some nuts, and I'm just going to go in there with no basket, and then I won't be buying this, buying that, buying this. I can do this in 15 minutes. Well, you know where the toilet paper is, right? Where?
Back of the store.
Clear in Elsinore from Murrieta. So I'm running back there, pushing people out of my way, and I get there, and it's piled 20 feet in the air. I mean, it's like Mount Fujiyama to try to get one of those things down. And when I finally get it to tumble, I get a hold on it like this. And it's about the size of a bale of hay. So now I got a good grip. Now all I need to do is get the bag of nuts. So I run down, get in the aisle, and I see a man who has just pulled the bag of nuts that I want off of the shelf, and I say, Mister, I can't put this down. Could you throw your bag of nuts up on top of my toilet paper? I thought that would be funnier when I wrote it. Anyway, so I go out to the self-check, and usually they'll check me out. But I guess I'd caused quite a stir down in the nut row, and so nobody helped me, and I got out of there. So the other day when I was there, I got my toilet paper. They didn't have paper towels, and I went to look for the pork chops. I did not want the pig. I just wanted 2 pork chops. That's all. I wanted to make my friend Penny's recipe that she just told me the other night. So couldn't do that. So I thought, oh, Aldi's is right across the street. I've never been to Aldi's. Never. So I go, what's with the quarter in the slot? I couldn't get it out, so I couldn't put one in. I didn't have a quarter anyway. And I thought, well, the heck with it. I brought my bag. I'll take my bag. So I go inside, and that's like going to Disneyland if you've never been in there before. And here all I've got is this little bag. So I go and discover that you can get 2 rolls of paper towels. You don't have to buy 100 of them at one time. So I put 2 rolls of paper towels in my bag, and there's just enough room for 2 more pork chops.
Yay.
That's it. So I got them. Well, I wanted to buy a case of water, but I couldn't lift it. And when I went out to ask someone, I found out it's self-check. They don't want to help you do anything. So I went without the water, and I decided somebody needs to turn their phone off. In fact, that'd be a good idea for everybody. So then I decide I will go to grocery outlet. That ought to be a treat. And I'll go in there, and I will get the last of the things that I need. And that's interesting. And I took my bag, and I discovered that they had Epsom salts, but that's about a 10-pound bag. And then I couldn't fit anything else in, and I sure couldn't carry the water. So I left there, and I moved on. I went to Stater Brothers because I know my way around Stater Brothers, okay? And at Stater Brothers, I got the last of what I needed, and I found the water. And I thought, I gotta have the water. And then I see this real cute little chick, maybe 20 years old, pick up this whole case of water and chuck it in the shelf. And I thought, well, if she can do that, so can I. And I reach down, I grab a case of water, and I throw it in the basket. Take that. Then I look and see her case had 35 bottles in it. My case only had 24 bottles in it. You know, you can't win them all. But I tried. Okay, enough about that, right? All right. Well, I have one more thing I got to talk about. Okay. Whew. All right. First of all, the Bible says when two or more are gathered in his name, there he is among them. I love that. But it also says if two or more are gathered in the name of comedy, yay, there will be laughs. Yay. So let's get ready for that. Yeah. All right. I told you that I performed in the Riviera, and I belonged to the Association of Applied and Therapeutic Humor. It's mostly counselors, psychiatrists, doctors, nurses that work with patients who are improved by laughter, and they have scientifically proven that laughter makes you happier, healthier, live longer, be more creative, learn faster, and have better relationships. By your applause, how many people would like that? Yes. Everybody wants that. And here's the kicker. It doesn't make any difference whether your laughter is real or fake. You still get all the benefits and an ab workout. So here's what I want you to do. I want you tonight to make sure that you get all of those benefits. Very important. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, yes, I am. I'm going to count to 3, and when you hear this bell, you are going to fake laugh as loud as you can. Okay? Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. That's pretty good, but I know you can do better. Stand up. Stand up.
I don't know if I can. I got myself stuck.
1, 2, 3. Now do it high. Okay, now you may be seated. Awesome. Give yourselves a hand. Very good. Our first comic, I have to talk about him for a second.